What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we're going to be talking about NIO. We're going to be discussing, the whole crazy day it's had, and then we're going to just talk about technical analysis and what the outlook is going into next week. Now, before we get into this video, I'd like to remind you, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and let's get right into this technical analysis. Now, if you watched NIO during this morning, you probably had a little bit of a panic attack. So we hit lows of all the way at around $32 from NIO. Now, I want to point out something important that I talked about with my group. I talked about this first standard deviation, right? So this was the move for this week. We had around a 7.50 move, so $7.50 move. Because of earnings, the volatility was up. But I mentioned that be careful. If we get underneath this move tomorrow, we may see a quick dash to that second standard. And what happened, guys? We literally got there. So you take your ruler tool, you go down 7.5, literally right close enough to that move right there. So that's why I was saying, guys, be careful because we may see some volatility tomorrow if we stay underneath this move. Now, thankfully, the markets are recovering a little bit right now, and we're kind of turning to the upside just a little bit. So NIO has recovered some of its losses. I mean, it's still down 6% today, but it was down a lot more today, and that was actually insane to get it, for me to see it get that low. I didn't even think it was going to get that low, guys. It honestly shocked me today. But when I knew that this, the second standard deviation, the second expected move was right here, I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then we had just this huge rebound. So if we go down to the 15-minute time frame just today, yeah, it did not even last long. So we just sold off, pretty much the whole morning we sold off, and then we get that reversal right here, and we're starting to trend back up. Got back above this zone, seeing a little bounce right here. So that move this morning to that second dash, to that second standard deviation, did not last long whatsoever, which is good. Hopefully NIO doesn't hit here again. So the important part, what we do today, is we close above this zone, this level right here, 35.59. Want to see a bounce there. Want to see a close above that. That would be ideal. Now, right now, I don't expect too much more of the fireworks to happen, if you want to say it that way, because we're starting to wind down here. It's a Friday, and there's just not too much action on Fridays. Now, we may see some type of volatility the last 10, 15 minutes of close, so be on the lookout for that. We typically see either a huge push up to the upside or a huge push to the downside. Now, the way the market's been acting, I would not be surprised if we get a huge push to the downside right at close. So be wary of that. But overall, the update on NIO is that, I've been talking about this time after every single video, that we're in a downtrend. And from each video since I've been making these all the way up to here, nothing has really changed. I mean, the buyers have not shown up. I mean, if you want to consider this move right here, buyers showing up, okay. But other than that, I mean, it's looking bad for NIO right now. There's no sign of reversal. I've been talking about this in every single video. Guys, we need buyers to show up. We either need to base out. So a base looks like this right here. So we consolidate. So we consolidate a little bit. Now that's a base. That's spacing out. That lets you know, there's not any more selling pressure, and there's not any more right now any buying pressure at all. So it just stays flat. That's ideal. That's what you want to see for a stock to base out. Now, once we base out, that's when we can start our uptrend again. So ideally, what you want to see is a push up. Now, I've mentioned this in other videos before. I'm not going to feel comfortable until really NIO gets back above the $53 mark. But that's a long ways to go. We'll still have a bunch of bumps in the road for that to happen. But we still have potential with NIO. So if you're able to, I've mentioned this in every video. I said just average down, buy some more, because I do think this is a great dip buying opportunity for NIO. And I do not see us heading back, any lower than previously back here. Now, it did get kind of scary this morning. We shot straight down. We did get out of this zone. But this zone has been so strong before. This level right here at 35.85. So if you're following along on TradingView, if you want to mark this out, 35.85, 35.64, sorry, and 39.40. That's this bottom zone. So if you want to go ahead and chart that out on TradingView, feel free to. But it was such a strong one over here. We had this uptrend. We gapped up. So I do not really see this breaking and holding above it. I think we are starting to at least trying to bottom out on NIO. The selling pressure stopped. Now that could be because it's Friday. There's low volume. But notice this red wick right here isn't as, huge as these other ones. So we're at least starting to slow down. But it's been rough, guys, because where did we start this off? We started really February 10th, and ever since then we've lost 43% in a span of what, 25 days? Maybe not even that. So yeah, it's been about 25 days. So that's hard on anything. That's hard on any type of stock to lose that much value in that short of time. Now I would like to mention the overall market's done that as well. So it's just not been NIO, but our main focus on NIO right now is finding that base right here. Talked about that before, finding those buyers and then starting to push up. So once we find those buyers, our first goal is getting into this zone, which is at $45. Getting to that would be perfect. That would be our start to recovery. And then from there, we'll form an action plan and we'll do our technical analysis always. I'm going to end the video here, guys. I hope you do enjoy your Friday. If you have any suggestions or if you just want to talk about NIO, have a discussion in the comments. Feel free. Always love to see what y'all like to say about NIO. Other than that, guys, I will see you all in the next video.